Hey guys, this is Andra, this traveling and saving chief. I hope that you're all doing well. I am here for my budget with me the month of December of 2025, the last month of the year. Yes, I am out here trying to live my best mobile life down here in Gulf Shores, Alabama, my new area. I'm looking for a home. I am exploring the different neighborhoods and I'm definitely doing quite a bit of side hustling, which I'll talk about a little bit in the budget. First, we will talk about the income section. My budget sheets are from Glory's Budget. And for the month, I have my military pension for $6,300 and no rent for the condo in Colorado. I have no perspectives on the sale of the condo. So that is just status quo as it is. It's on the market and it is awaiting the most perfect buyer that I am believing God is going to send in his time. For side hustles last week, though, you guys, and I did not include this in the totals because I just actually looked at it, what I did for just last week. And this is just for 1 week. So I have no idea what I will be able to accomplish in a whole month. So I didn't want to include it because it's very variable. And I will be using it to go towards expenses, which I'll talk a little bit more about in the variable expense section, which is down on the lower right hand side of the page, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'm just going to keep the income section at the 6,300, which is standard. Like I know that's being deposited and it's already been deposited. So here in the bills section, oh, and I did bring the income section down to the tallies down here at the bottom. Okay, the bills section, y'all. Ooh, this bills section. So for the mortgage for the condo in Colorado, if you're new here, I was stationed in Colorado and then I was stationed in Maryland and I did retire from the Air Force after 30 years. So that condo is on the market. I'm waiting for it to be sold so I can actually purchase my retirement home down here in Alabama. So in the meantime, I'm just standing by and I did make my payment. It's I did an auto pay for the amount of $1,925.81 and that's due on the 1st of December. Next is the Audi, my Audi convertible, which I'm still paying on. I owe about probably about 22,500 on the Audi. That payment's due on the 25th of December on Christmas, and it's 982 and some change, but it's really close to $983. So that will be paid for. The insurance from USAA, that'll be auto deducted. Actually, it might have already happened. That is due on the 1st of December as well. And that ends up going, there's a couple of different things going on here. There's renters, there's car insurance for the Toyota and the Audi. And then there is, yeah. So for all the insurance costs is about $220. And so that's that one there. Actually, that auto deducts too. I don't need to do anything for that one. Now, storage has changed. So storage, I was paying for a storage unit in oh, and I forgot the one that's here. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm glad I talked through this. So for storage, I was paying for a unit in Colorado near the condo because I had it on Airbnb. So I had some furniture and items in a storage unit after I actually got a tenant. And then all of those belongings, I wanted to bring them here to Alabama so they'll go in the new house. Well, I have to pay for the pod to be stored now until I'm ready to receive it for delivery. So that will be due on the 17th of December for $228.65. So I don't have to pay the, which is a little bit more than what I was paying for the one in Colorado. So I don't have to pay the $215 for that one because I did clear out that storage unit in Colorado, but I do have to pay for this pod. That is, I don't know, it's somewhere here in Alabama. I don't exactly know where it's at. I probably should figure that out. But I do know that it's here. But I did also get a small storage unit. So actually, let me, I'm going to write it right here. I got a small 5x10 storage unit here in Alabama too that I can get to every day. And that's been like my little staging area to clear out my car and make room for anything that I purchase between now and the time I get my home. And that's about $25 a month. So anything that we talk about here just has to be adjusted by that amount because I did forget that one. So that's the one in Alabama. Well, that's the non-pod storage unit in Alabama that I can get to every day. Okay, Disney Vacation Club. I am a Disney Vacation Club member, and I have to pay my monthly dues. I don't pay for the loans anymore. Those are paid off. Those auto pay on the 15th of December, and that's in the amount of $121.65. I am a Disney fanatic, so I do go and stay on the property. I've done 2 Disney cruises now, and I've used my points to pay for that. So I love to go to Disney, and I'm happy about that. Subscriptions to my Amex card. So all the different subscriptions like Disney Plus, Hulu, my gym membership, like all kinds of things. $200. I already sent that to my Amex card just to keep up with my Amex card, which has been at a zero balance for quite a bit since I paid it off in my debt free marathon. But as of late, the Amex card is on jam, y'all. The Amex card is, whew, I'll talk about that a little bit more in the savings section. All right. For the USAA Visa, which is number 7 of 10 debts that I've been working through in my debt-free marathon, is the payment is due on the 25th of December, but I already paid that. And I paid $100 toward it. The minimum payment keeps going down. So I don't even remember what the minimum payment was, but I paid $100 toward that. And then Macy's, that's actually auto pay. Macy's is 10 of 10 of debts in my debt-free marathon. So those are the are they the only 2 that are left, or are there 3 left? No, I don't remember. Yeah, there's only 2 left. The USAA Visa and the Macy's are the only 2 left in my debt-free marathon. I did not do an update for November. So I think my update for December, I'm going to do 2 updates just to account for both. I haven't made much progress because of the transition, but nonetheless. All right, so that's auto payment, and the payment that's required, the minimum payment is not $100, but I'm going to put a little extra just to make it $100. Then we have Bank of America and the Barclays. I introduced these last month. These were credit that I ran up when we were on the cruise last December, me and besties. So that's a $59 payment and a $47 payment. And actually, this Barclays card is very, very important because the promotional rate is about to expire. So I'm going to get that balance. When I checked, I think it was like 4,200, and I'm going to get that balance transferred over somewhere else so that I don't have to pay that interest rate. So I'll be working on Barclays next. And I think what I'm going to do is do a new debt confession and start this over. I'm not sure yet. I was just kind of hoping the condo would get some traction by now and we could talk about that and finish all this stuff. But since we're not there yet for the new year, I don't know. What do you guys think? I might just do a new debt confession and then, whatever happens with the condo happens and we'll talk about it again. I'm not really sure. Okay. So that's those minimum payments for those 2 cards. Then next is the water bill for the condo in Colorado. And that's due on the 4th of December for $42.74. That will be auto paid. Next is Xfinity. This is for internet and for my mobile lines. So I have my smartwatch, I have my iPad, and I have my cell phone. And then, of course, the internet. So, you guys, I was back chatting with Xfinity because, of course, my account got messed up when I turned in the equipment, which I told them I was going to turn in because I'm traveling, and I was told it was outdated anyway. So as soon as I sent the modem back, they canceled my internet service, which we had put on a holiday pause, which was cheaper than to cancel it and have my mobile devices have no bundle plan. So hopefully that got fixed yesterday. I was chatting with them about that to get that corrected, but I don't know what my bill is going to be for this month. So who knows? So this total here, I put plus Xfinity because I have no idea what it's going to be. Then I have my HOAs for the HOA and the Excel bill. So these are both also for, I probably should put the condo, all these expenses with the, so that way everything's together. Maybe I'll reorganize this in January. Okay, sorry, squirrel. So the HOA for that condo is $95 and $40 for the admin fees. So those are auto paid on the 5th and 8th of December, respectively, and total out $135. And then the Excel bill, I already paid this. It was due. Well, it will be due on the 11th of December, and it was for $93.11. So I already paid that one. That's why I've got my check mark there. So now down into the bill section, all that actually adds up to $4,265.31, plus whatever the Xfinity bill is going to end up being. And I already brought those totals down here. So let's talk variable next. So in the variable section, I did start expense tracking, but I haven't been keeping up with it as good as I should be. So I really need to buckle down and do that. But I'm going to project $400 for food this month and $100 for fuel. And fuel is more because I will be driving to Donna's house in Pennsylvania from Alabama. So I'm projecting more for that but I have the Toyota. It's a hybrid, so it still doesn't take that much gas. But for the month, I probably would have put like $30, but I'm going to put 100. There might be tolls too. I just thought about that. Ugh. Okay. Then I added beauty because I did get cruise nails done. So when we went on the cruise, I got cruise nails. So now they're like to the point where they need to get done again. But I'm debating if I'm going to get them done again or just get them taken off and be natural while I'm still working on my budget. We'll see. So I put a question mark because I'm not sure about nails. I am getting a hair consultation today. So I'm excited to see what is possible with maybe embracing my gray hair, but with some platinum instead of like, I don't know, I feel like I'll look older. So we'll see. So it's just a consult. It's no charge for that, but depending on what we decide to do, there'll be something for hair. So we'll see how that goes with what's left. And then eyebrows for sure, $17. So I'll be getting that done when I'm at the salon. So $517 for the variable expenses. So I already put that over into the section here. Now for savings, all I put for savings because I thought I was going to be ready to do some savings challenges, but I'm not really sure. I think what I'm going to do is like I rethought about it, and I don't think I'm going to save to sink. I think I'm just going to put this extra $1,500 straight into debt because I did a lot of extra spending at Disney when I was there from the cruise a couple weeks ago. So I think I'm going to focus on just paying off things that need to be paid for. In addition, I did add up what the pod ended up costing me. And the pod ended up costing me from Colorado to Alabama with that first month of storage, $2,523.08. And so that's on a different credit card that's 0%. So I really need to focus on getting some of this stuff paid back down instead of like savings challenges because, yeah. So all in all, from the 6,300 minus the bills for 4265.31 minus the savings, I'll talk about that last, minus the variable expenses of 517, that left me with $1,517.69. So I just took the even 1,500 and put that to what I would pay off and left a little buffer in the account of $17.69. So I think this will work for this month. Obviously, I've been using my Amex as an expense card, and I have been able to keep it paid off each month. Although this time I don't think I'll be able to. I'll have until January 12th to work it out. So we'll see. But I do have some more debt. I talked a little bit about those two that were from the cruise a year ago, and then also the pod expense. And yeah, transition is definitely not easy on your budget or, mentally. However, the new possibilities are exciting and I'm not really worried about it. Anytime if I really needed to, I could get a job. I don't want to have to do that, but I could. So in the meantime, though, the side hustling, I wanted to come back to that because I didn't really talk about the amounts. So in 1 week's time, now it's, I'm not in a big city here. So when I was in Denver, I had way more like offers and opportunity and the tips were better, but it also was a lot more driving and further. Whereas here it's a smaller town vibe. So for the side hustles in 1 week's time, and this was only working, I should have wrote the hours down so you would have a perspective. Honestly, it really wasn't that many hours. So I keep Instacart on at the same time as DoorDash just to see how I can toggle between the two apps and make the extra money. So if I'm going to have a couple hours, today, for example, like after I get my hair done, I might go to the gym for a couple hours and then I'll turn DoorDash on for like the dinner shift because I really like the dinner shift. And a lot of people eat early, I noticed here. So if I turn on my app around 3:00, because I'm on Central Time. So 3:00 Central Time till about 6:00 Central Time, I'm busy. Like I'm getting pretty decent offers for Instacart or DoorDash. So in 1 week's time last week, I did $126.55 on Instacart, and I did $156.46 on DoorDash. So that was $283.01. So obviously this is $12.99 income. I have to pay taxes on it. But with my drop in to a pension income, I don't know. I'm not as worried about the tax implications because I'll be in a different tax bracket after all that washes out. So although I'll need to put a little bit, to the side for taxes, I'm not as concerned about when I was having a full, six-figure income. So yeah, I think if I can keep up that momentum, honestly, I was thinking, what if I could do like $100 a day, and maybe I don't want to do it 7 days a week. Maybe I did it 6 days a week. And if that's $600 a week times 4, that's an extra $2,400 I bring into this equation, and I can get through the debt faster. I don't know. So it's definitely something I'm considering doing a little bit more of. But the thing about it, like I was saying, it's not as busy here. And especially in the winter, there's not as many tourists. So I think this is probably a more lucrative idea in the summer, maybe spring, summer months, but not really too sure about it right now. So that's up in the air. So yeah, that is my budget with me for the month of December of 2025. I hope that you are doing well. Let me know about your budget. How's your budget going? Are you in a transition like me, or you're pretty steady? Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. And I hope you aim high always, and I'll talk to you in the next video.